and hot chinchy on a Monday. What's up, brother?
It's good, man. Spring's just around the corner. I'm starting to feel it because you start seeing dudes at ballparks everywhere.
Yeah,
Isn't hitting in BP. It's like, oh man,
it's happening, dude. It's happening.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what else is happening. It's pretty cool. Today's Monday. We have 5 shows this week. When we get to the 5th show on Friday, that's our 400th episode, bro.
Let's go, dude. 400 episodes, brother. Can you believe that first episode we did? We almost bailed because it was so bad.
Terrifying.
Now we're 400 episodes in. Congrats, dude.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And for all the listeners out there, thanks for sticking with us. You know what I mean? 400 episodes. That means we got the right, crowd listening to us. So we appreciate that. And we're gonna do a little giveaway, Chinch.
Yes.
I do a little. I think for the 400th episode, I'm gonna sign a nice Marucci bat.
Let's go.
And we'll put it up for auction. And
Yeah.
what we want from our fan base is you gotta be subscribed and downloaded.
Mm-hmm.
And then we want to know what your favorite memory was. What's your favorite interview, your favorite memory, your favorite anything from the last 400 episodes.
Yep. Winner gets a bat, and we'll get on Sean's Twitter, X, whatever the heck you want to call it today.
The X.
And maybe you can respond in there, and you can also probably respond in our YouTube page and respond anywhere you can respond to us. That will be your eligibility for getting this bat. Right?
Yes. And I'll personalize the bat. Whoever wins it, I'll personalize the bat to them.
Go, dear Timmy, keep hitting them hard, Timmy.
Yeah, keep swinging for the fences, Tim.
yeah. Personalized, autographed back. Marucci Company from Sean Casey.
Yes.
To you. Thanks to our 400th episode, and thanks to everybody for joining us. It's good stuff. I'm excited. Oh, where's it going? Oh, we got a visual.
I forgot to bring this out too, dude. I just found it in the corner. I'm like, oh, there's a sanitary bat. My man Volpe signed this for me.
See that?
Oh, with the grip.
That's his grip, huh?
Yeah, dude.
That is cool,
man. Nice bat. Nice Victus. Who Marucci owns Victus. So
yeah, he looks ripped going into camp. So does dude. Stanton looks like he could be a track and field competitor.
Dude, G's gonna have a big year. He's ready, dude. He was focused this offseason. He's not kidding you, man. I feel like G's gonna have a big year. If he can stay healthy, dude, he can put up some serious numbers. Dude, listen, watching that guy, still to this day, I've been around a lot of great players. No one hits the ball harder than Giancarlo Stanton right now in baseball. It's incredible. Yeah. It's incredible how hard the ball comes off his bat.
Good stuff, man.
I hope he has an incredible year, dude.
Yeah, so do I. Great guy, too. So, hey, Yankees might also making news today. Nightingale had this, I think. Who else?
Mark Feinsand had it.
Feinsand, I think, was the first on the hook for this. But looks like the Yankees over the weekend kind of made another secondary offer to Blake Snell. So a couple things here. I know we talked about Snell so many times, but here's how I'll pose it to you. If the Yankees get Snell, does that kind of put them ahead of the Orioles? Because I would argue right now that the Orioles are ahead of the Yankees going into camp.
It's close. So, because adding Soto, Verdugo, Stroman, I mean, those are some big pieces, no doubt. If they add Snell, Chinch, it takes them over the top. If they add Snell, now you've gone, to the next level. Yeah. I think the big wild cards for the Yankees will be Rodon and Nestor Cortez.
Good point.
Because then you add Snell, that's 3 lefties in your rotation, right? But for me, dude, if they could somehow land Snell, that puts the Yankees, I think, as the favorite in the East.
Yeah. Now and then, first of all, again, the guy who's sitting there like this, like rubbing his hands together, is going to be Montgomery, because now we're in an arms race. Because if you need a stud pitcher, and you're not getting and Snell, and one of the two, it doesn't matter which one. Honestly, you argue that Snell coming off a bigger year, Montgomery's still kind of almost at that cusp of that elite level, but not fully there yet, even though he had a great playoff. The question is, sorry, my thing's buzzing. I never keep this thing on. The question is, like,
that was me. I sent you a text.
Oh, so the question to me is, like, how much? Let's just say, the Yankees get Snell. Does that open it up where the Orioles are like, oh, you know what? We're going to jump in on the Montgomery bandwagon even harder, or another team in the East, or let's just say Snell goes to the West. There's the Giants.
Yeah,
Giants.
the Angels and Giants are in that too.
Yeah.
I mean,
So if the Angels, somebody in their division want to go get Montgomery, Mike Montgomery's sitting in the driver's seat, I think, more than anybody right now.
Dude, Montgomery's sitting pretty. You kidding me? If Snell's the first domino to go in these last few guys, Montgomery's price tag then goes up. And Montgomery's done nothing but good things for himself these past couple of years with the Cardinals and the Rangers, and pitching the way he has, especially in the postseason. So, no, you're right. You're right. Whoever signs Snell, other teams are gonna be like, all right, we got to go get Montgomery. He's going to be cheaper, and that would be a big sign. But for me, Snell, this guy's a 2-time Cy Young Award winner, bro. This guy's a difference maker. His curveball is one of the nastiest pitches in the game. And he believes in himself big time. So, like I said, man, if that is true that the Yankees might land Snell, that would be a huge piece.
Yeah. But again, that's where the Giants come back into it, because if the Giants are going to stay above water in that, I mean, they made some great moves, whatever, but you still don't forget the Dodgers are in your face every day. Like,
right.
They almost have to be all in. And Anaheim would be anyway too, because you got to replace, you didn't have Ohtani the whole time. You actually would have a better pitching staff at the beginning of this year than you did last year, because Ohtani didn't pitch for the second half of the year with the Angels. So it's very interesting. Snell's two guys that are going to get paid a lot of money, I think, in the next.
Yeah, and also too, with the Giants signing Soler, they know they need pitching. If you combine, Logan Webb and Snell at the top of that rotation, now you're in business too. So we all know you went on the bump in this league, dude. That's why Snell's not signed yet. That's why Montgomery's guys aren't signed, because they know how valuable they are. But also too, bro, when you start getting at this point of spring training, pitchers and catchers are all reported now, and you're coming in like, as a player, you're like, all right, Scott Boras, like, get me into a camp. Like, I don't want to be, you don't want to come into the middle of camp and then have to come out the gates, on a really low pitch count in those first couple starts. You want to hit the ground running. So if I'm Snell and Montgomery and those guys right now, I'm thinking like, hey, I want to get into a camp too. Like, I'm not looking to hold out. I need to get somewhere.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Now, interesting moves also around the league. Hendricks, Red Sox, Woodruff, Brewers. We're packaging them together because these are two guys who have injury issues right now.
Yeah.
But there's reason behind that, working for baseball teams. What's the logic behind signing these guys, even if you might not even have one for like an entire season?
Well, I think Liam Hendricks coming back, this guy, his StatCast measures are great. His punch outs, Ks per 9, the way he, his closes out games, he has that it about him, the it factor with Liam Hendricks, and he's a great, great dude. So I think that's also a good thing, signing him. We had Tommy John surgery, I believe, August 2nd, so he's out for most of the year. Maybe we'll come back towards the end. But I like that sign, man. I always like, you root for the good guys in the game, and him coming back, battling cancer last year, coming back, and maybe he wasn't strong enough, towards the end with his, having that Tommy John. And then the other guy, Brandon Woodruff, this guy, obviously has been a stud for the Brewers for years. Finally hits free agency. And, I think the biggest thing with Woodruff is he had shoulder surgery in October. So he's basically going to miss this whole season. But for him, the comfortability, is that a word?
Comfortability factor. Yeah, I guess.
The comfortability factor of Brandon Woodruff going back to the Brewers, rehabbing with those guys. That is huge. Dude, I can't tell you how big that is to have guys that know you, know your body, you know them, and have to go through that rehab process for a whole year. I got a feeling that's a big reason he went back to Milwaukee.
Yeah. First 7 seasons of his major league career in Milwaukee, 3.10 in 3.10 ERA, 115 starts, dude. That is legit. That is legit. Yeah, nice. All right.
He's a stud.
All right. So we got that going for us. Then, hey, one other thing. Did you see the newest, the second newest Japanese import throwing for the Dodgers the other day?
Yeah, Yamamoto,
dude.
Yeah.
If you look it up on the old internet, somebody was like behind the cage, he's throwing hitters. Freddie Freeman came out after like kind of just facing him and was like, thank God he's on our team. This guy's stuff is nasty. And that's Freddie Freeman, who's arguably top 3 hitters in the game of baseball. They are in good shape, too.
Wow, dude. Yeah, we forget. We talk Otani so much. Like Yamamoto's there for over $300 million.
Yeah.
The ace, 25 years old, the ace coming out of Japan. This kid's going to be a difference maker. And like I said, Chinch, when you talk about these guys and their stuff, that split finger that they throw over there in Japan, it's just different. I'm telling you, it's different. And you don't see a ton of guys throwing over here. I mean, Gosman's the one guy that we really go to. Like, he has a nasty next level split. But Yamamoto and Otani's that split is a difference maker. I'm sure Freeman's talking about that pitch, the way that thing moves late, because if you throw that well, it starts to make its move around 56, probably 55 feet, 5 feet before it's there. Your vision has already said, I'm swinging.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I mean. When I think I've said this before, but I used to face Hideo Nomo, dude. I think I was 0 for 8 with 3 punch outs off, 1 for 8 with 3 punchies off him.
Jeez.
And dude, I just could not get a beat. The deciding factor for me, the X factor, was that split. I just could not pick it up. And he threw from such a high arm slot too. He was up top and threw from such a high arm slot. It was hard to pick up. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. One other story though that we were talking about before, I want to get your thoughts on it too, is they're asking Trout, hey, listen, he's starting to get up there in age. He's got, he's in his 30s now. He's had some injuries in the last couple of years, and I think we'd all like to see Mike Trout in the playoffs. I mean, raise your hand if you think you'd like to see him in the playoffs. Yep. I mean, so even for a guy like Trout at this stage to say, hey, listen, obviously I'm not getting traded right now, but maybe if there is a team at some point, at the deadline, why wouldn't Mike Trout want to go somewhere he could win now?
Yeah, you don't want to be like Ernie Banks 2.0, and you don't want to be, wow, he was the greatest player of his generation, and we never really saw him on the major biggest stage that much. I mean, you got to get him out there. And by the way, like the theme of the day has been pitching, but you still need the studs, man. You still need the studs to put the ball in play and hit. Especially, you just lost Otani. If you're the Angels, you can't be. Right. Unless you're going to tank this year, I don't think you're trading Trout. Now you go in a tank, you're halfway through the season.
Right.
Then you're looking at a haul. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, he had the right. He said the right comment too. He said, I think the biggest thing right now is the easy way out would be asking for a trade.
Right.
He said there might be a time, maybe I haven't really thought about this. When I signed that contract, I'm loyal and I want to win a championship here. I think the overall picture of winning a championship or getting to the playoffs here is a bigger satisfaction than bailing and taking the easy way out, which I do get, but Father Time wins every time.
Yeah.
Eventually your clock runs out. And if the clock runs out and we don't get to see Mike Trout in the postseason, at least some meaningful games,
right?
I think that's a bummer for baseball. That's just my opinion, man. My opinion is this guy is the Mickey Mantle of this generation. This guy is one of the greatest players we have ever seen in this game. And I feel like he's only been to that one postseason early in his career. They got swept early, 3 games. I mean, to not see him, he's 32 years old.
Right.
I mean, nowadays, I know he has a long contract, but like I said, you want to see the Mike Trout that's still dropping some thunder in the postseason and become a postseason legend. I hope we get a chance to see it, Chinch.
Yeah, and the last thing I'll add to that, I think he's already checked the loyalty box. I think if you're an Angels fan, if you're Angels management, he has never said the wrong thing. He's never said the wrong thing, and he's gone out there, put his head down, played as hard as he could, played himself into injuries because he's playing so hard to win for your team. And he's been there the whole time. He's been, I'm an angel. So yeah, he's checked the loyalty box.
Yeah, 11-time All-Star, 3-time MVP for the Angels. He's going to go into Cooperstown as an Angel.
Oh, no question.
But what about a guy like Albert Pujols? Pujols leaves for those 10 years, comes back to St. Louis at the end. When he comes back as an Angel, standing ovation. Like, they love the guy. Mike Trout will always be an Angel. No doubt about it, but we also want to see him win a championship. You know what I mean? And if it's not with the Angels, then get him with hopefully he or the Angels trade him or he goes somewhere else.
Yeah. If he winds up being off the Angels by the end of next year, then there might be a bat available because we had a Jake Jack over the weekend.
Kent State got started this weekend, dude. Jakey got his first left center. Yeah. What?
They packed the house at Kent State over. What was it?
No, that was UNC. They played at UNC Wilmington in North Carolina, Wilmington. Yeah.
Well, they got a show for the Jake Jack.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great, dude. It was I like share those with you, but it was dude, I get more nervous watching him hit than I ever did
I
playing.
can
It's
tell.
incredible. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Somebody was saying, oh, they were talking to Brunson's dad at the All-Star game, and he was like, it's so much like it's almost like more enjoyable to see your kids be better than you than it is to see them than to what you did. Like,
oh yeah.
If your kid could be better than you at anything you try to do, it must freak you out. I can't imagine what that feeling is like.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want them to be better than you, because then then you don't stress out as much either.
It's got a long way to go. Let's not go crazy here, but he's got
Dude, he's got a long way to go. But yeah, no matter what, man, it's fun watching your kids play. For all the fans out there that watch their kids, fathers or daughters, sons or daughters, it's a fun thing.
Yeah, and if you love your kids doing that right now, if you sign up and give us your favorite moment from the show over the past few years, maybe Sean will
sign your son or daughter a bat.
There you
go. Marucci Sean Casey vintage Marucci bat.
Full circle. Full circle we went.
On-air studios, baby. On-air studios.
That's weird. Anyway, all right, dude. We're going to get after it this week. We're going to keep going. If you haven't heard the Judge interview, which most people in this country have so far, but if you haven't, go listen to that.
The numbers on YouTube. What are we up to? 12 grand, 12,000 right now? Let's go. Keep spreading that, guys. Keep spreading that. It's a great interview. If you're a Yankee fan, it's a must interview. If you're a baseball fan, it's a must interview. It really is. It's incredible. And the great thing is the relationship I have with Judgy, it really came through, like, just how comfortable he was and I was. It was great.
Yeah, it's great, man. That's what you're here for. That's why you're the mayor. That's why these guys come on. We're not coming here trying to backstab anybody.
No, we're all positive all the time, bro. All positive all the time on the mayor's office. Let's go.
There we go. All right. So
all right, Chinchy.
Don't forget you hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, you're not. Hit subscribe and
subscribe and download, and then give us your best moment of the last 400 episodes, best clip, whatever you want to say, best
anything,
whatever it is, any moment you have, anything we've said would be great, and we'll be sending you a signed Sean Casey bat.
Let's go.
On the way to we'll write whatever you want on there. All right, hey everybody, thanks for listening today. Chinchy, great seeing you, brother. I'll see you tomorrow.
Love you.
Love you.